Well, the title for this video pretty much says it all. Hollywood is dying a slow and painful death. Why do I say this? Well, just take a look at what happened with the Oscars this past Sunday, and it pretty much says it all. I mean, nearly 20% ratings drop compared to last year with the Oscars. And what does that tell you? I'll tell you what it tells me. It tells me that people are starting to get sick and tired of these Hollywood A-listers talking about politics rather than talking about movies. Hollywood has forgotten what kind of business they're in. Okay, and I know there are probably some Hollywood associates that are watching this, but I'm going to tell you this much. Hollywood is not in the political business. Hollywood is supposed to be in the entertainment business. Two entirely different things. And yet Hollywood seems to have forgotten that. They seem to have forgotten that they are in the business of giving people good movies, not lecturing them on liberal politics. And I know that it may seem very trivial, but the fact of the matter is it's true. People do not care about politics anymore. People watch movies to escape from reality, not to be reminded of it. We don't want to watch movies that lecture us about politics or things that are going on in the world. People watch movies so that they can see something new and entertaining. And like I said, it's also a way for them to temporarily escape from reality. I mean, if I want to be reminded about what's going on in the world, I'll just look it up on the internet. It's like I don't need the entertainment business to shove all this garbage down my throat. And it's, and a lot of movies that they're coming out with these days just do not get it. They do not get it. And another reason why I know this is because last year, moviegoers here in the United States was at a 24-year low. I mean, that is very, very disturbing news because 24 years ago, we didn't have a whole lot of movie theaters all around the country. I mean, now we do, and people are not going to the movie theaters. Why? Because Hollywood is not giving us the movies we want to see. And because of that, they are going to suffer financially. And some people are like, oh, well, there's the foreign markets. Well, guess what? The foreign markets aren't going to be able to bail out Hollywood forever. I mean, eventually the foreign markets are going to realize that Hollywood's producing a whole bunch of BS that they don't want to see. And China is starting to outpace Hollywood as far as worldwide movie profits go. I mean, they're producing movies that are making a lot of money, and they don't need the United States to do it. Okay, there are some countries that are starting to realize, you know what, we don't need Hollywood to make movies for us. We can make them ourselves. And that's another thing I want to point out is the independent market. I mean, the independents are starting to come out with a lot better movies than Hollywood could ever produce. And that's saying a whole lot. So my point is this: Hollywood, you need to go back to what made you so great, and that is giving us movies that we want to see. We don't care about all these liberal politics. We don't care about gender identity. We don't care about you bashing Donald Trump. We care about watching great movies, which you have not been giving us. And I know you're probably going to try and deflect this, by blaming others for your shortcomings. Okay, you can blame all the hardcore fans for pointing out all the flaws. You can blame the critics for giving your movies bad reviews. You can blame the internet pirates for illegally putting your movies on the internet. But the bottom line is, you are doing us a humongous disservice. And by doing us a humongous disservice, you are losing money. And guess what? Eventually it's going to get to the point where you're going to go bankrupt. And once you go bankrupt and forced to go out of business, guess what? I'm not going to shed a single tear. You know why? Because you are not giving us what we need. Okay? And, you know, I'll be more than happy to pull the plug on you guys. I mean, I've done it with professional wrestling. I've done it with the National Hockey League. I've done it with Major League Baseball. You know, and yeah, you're just not giving us what we want. And, you know, I know you've seen a lot of videos of a lot of people doing rants on Hollywood about what you're doing, and they've got okay, the people who are making all these rants, they've got a humongous point. You are not giving us what we want. All you're doing is trying to force all these BS politics down our throats that we don't want. Okay? How are you going to tell me what I want? I tell you what I want and you give it to me. It's that simple. It's like an old saying, if you continue to give people stones when they continue to ask for bread, they're eventually going to stop coming to the bakery. And the same is true for movie theaters. If you continue to give moviegoers politics instead of entertainment as they ask for, they're eventually going to stop coming to the movie theaters altogether. And we're seeing that happen at a constant rate. I mean, last year, moviegoers down 24%. The Oscars this Sunday down 20% compared to last year. It's now at an all-time low as far as TV ratings are concerned. Okay, you want to get higher ratings, you want to get more moviegoers, you want to earn more money. You don't shove politics down our throats. That's not how you do it. You do it by giving the fans great movies, and you do it by putting aside all your political beliefs. You don't go on TV, you don't bash Donald Trump like that, you don't, promote all these liberalist agendas. You go out there and you give the fans good movies. You give them good movies. And if you can't give the fans good movies, you don't deserve to be in the entertainment business. And if you don't deserve to be in the entertainment business, then hand over the reins to those who do deserve it. And I mean those who actually know how to make great movies, which is something you have not been able to do within the past few years. And that's not an opinion, that is fact.